we all begin or go through our journey to figure out our personal style, we always focus on these styles and silhouettes that we do like, which is obviously very important, but I don't think we put enough focus on figuring out which styles and which items and fabrics we absolutely just don't like. Not work for us. They're not making our hearts sing. They just make us feel terrible. And for me, that piece of figuring out what I don't like and what I don't want and what does not work for me has been the most helpful. It's kind of like when you declutter your closet and you take out all the things that are not working for you, you all of a sudden have so many things to wear. And 2 days ago, you felt like you had nothing to wear. Now, I'm not telling you this so to encourage you to not like these things or not want these things, but if you've been on the fence about them, just know that you're not alone. But it's also okay if there are things that are very popular and everybody's wearing it and every magazine says you should have it and you don't like it, that is okay too. I wish I didn't like sunglasses. That would make my life easier because I have a lot of sunglasses because I like them so much. Super ripped denim. Now this one I kind of realized maybe it was a couple of years ago that I just did not want to wear any of my ripped jeans, and I had just bought a pair and they were very ripped and they fit really well and they just had an amazing fit, and I just did not want to wear them. I just felt like everything I put them with, I just didn't like the way I looked. So I've just been very not into super ripped denim. I don't mind some distressing. I love an unfinished hem. A little bit of distressing is fine, but the really ripped through the knees and all that stuff, it's just not for me. I don't know if I'll ever go back there either. It just doesn't look right on me. And it doesn't make me feel, I just don't feel good in them. So yeah, I'm not gonna buy those anymore. One item that I'm probably never gonna buy again, and it's faux leather or vegan leather or whatever you wanna call it. And the reason why is that I had some faux leather items I've got either 2 or 3 years ago, I forget when, and as I do, I put them away for the spring and the summer and part of the fall, but when I was able to bring them back out again, they were cracked. And I was so mad. Maybe I didn't store them correctly. I mean, they're in my house, it's air conditioned, I have no idea. But I was so mad about that because even faux leather, it's not like it's super cheap anyway. Like the faux leather jackets are still around $100. So I was very upset about that. Meanwhile, this jacket that is actual leather that I bought literally 20 years ago, I bought it when I lived in Boston and it was on sale, and even on sale, this jacket was over $300. I remember that because it was the most expensive thing I'd ever bought in my entire life, but I just love this jacket. It is fine, and let me tell you, throughout my 20s and part of my 30s, I did not take good care of my clothes. I just threw them on the floor, didn't hang them up properly, and that jacket has survived. It has survived 20 years. And so that $300 jacket, in the many times I've worn it, has definitely been more valuable and worth my money way more than the faux leather jackets that only lasted about a year. And that brings me to our sponsor, which is ALLSAINTS, which is one of my favorite places for leather jackets. And they're having a Black Friday sale, which I'll mention in a second. But let me show you some really cool things I have from ALLSAINTS, including a couple things that would be really cool to give as gifts. ALLSAINTS has the cutest leather bags right now. This one is a metallic leather with a removable chain. So that little gold chain is removable and also is suited to hold your things like a wallet, but it's still big enough for your phone. So it also comes with a longer strap if you want to wear it over your shoulder. And they also have this bag in gold, and they have this really cute, adorable black clutch with gold grommets, which I will link below as well. I just love these little clutches. They're so functional, convenient, and just, perfect to make a statement. This next one is a perfect gift for someone who has everything, and it's a leather metallic AirPods case, and it can also be hooked onto, your backpack or your work backpack. It's one of those things that I feel like no one would buy for themselves, but they would really love having it. It also comes in gold and it comes in black. And next is what I think ALLSAINTS is mainly known for, and that is their leather jackets. Their leather jackets are the best bang for your buck that I have found, and also feature superior soft leather and beautiful details. This jacket is a little bit relaxed and kind of a boxy fit, but I actually went up a size because I just like it the way it fits a little bit better. But they also do offer a slim fit black leather jacket if that's kind of more your thing. I personally feel like when you get a really good quality leather jacket, it stands the test of time, it holds its value, and it just gets better looking with age. I bought this off-white jacket over the summer and wore it to Argentina where it was a bit chilly, and it's one of the best purchases I've made all year. So their jackets come in lots of different colors and styles, but right now they are having a Black Friday sale, which is 30% off everything. So this is a really great time to invest in a quality leather item if you've been thinking about it. They also have some really great gift options for guys. If you look under their men's section and their leather accessories, I feel like there's a lot of really great gifts there. I'll leave links to all the products I'm showing you in the description box below, and let's continue. This one is a new one for me, because in my past I bought all of these, but I don't really buy a lot of printed clothing items anymore. Now, if you looked at my closet 10 years ago, it would have been all prints. Lots of prints and florals and stripes and geometric prints and whimsical prints and whatever. And I also felt like I never really had anything to wear, and I would just kind of grab the exact same thing over and over and over again because my closet was overwhelming. It was just an explosion of prints and colors and everything that really didn't even coordinate with each other. And now, even the few prints that I have bought in the last year or two, I've realized that I've gotten tired of them so quickly. It's like I got them and I loved them at the store, and I got home and maybe wore them once, and then they just sat in my closet. And I'm like, what in the world? Like, I loved this print. I absolutely loved this print when I saw it in the store, and I loved it when I wore it. Why do I hate it now? I have no idea why. And so I would look at those tops and think, gosh, that was a waste of money. Like, why did I do that? Whereas these beige tops and taupe tops that I have 97,000 of, I wear all the time. They get so much use, and they probably look really boring to somebody else, but that just works for me. So it's not that I'm not gonna buy any prints at all. I still love a classic stripe. I love polka dots, even though I don't have anything polka dot, I don't think. I do love some animal prints. Occasionally I'll find an animal print that I really like. But right now, at this point in my life, I am very much a solids. I love textures, a solids textured kind of girl. Woman. This is random. It has nothing to do with fashion, but it does have to do with fashion, because I do feel like part of fashion is like taking care of your skin and taking care of your hair and everything. And it's not my hair. I don't know why I just did that. Anyway, the thing that I have stopped buying are these crappy lotions, the ones that you get from CVS that are really cheap and everyone uses, everyone and their mother uses, and they just have them. They do not help my dry problem. I have dry, for some reason the back of my hands get really dry, especially in the wintertime, in the fall. My legs get dry, my whole body just gets really dry, and they don't do anything. I could put those things on, I could do it after the shower, I could do it whatever time of day, and after they dry up, I'm just back to being dry. So I have one from Amazon that I love. It's called Two Goats, and I love it. It doesn't have any kind of weird alcohol stuff in it. And then a recent one that I found, oh my goodness, I think I'm gonna give this as Christmas presents too, because it's so amazing. This is Lotion Bar, and I rub it on my hands. I actually did it on the back of my hands a couple of hours ago, and they still feel super smooth. Like, I love this little lotion bar. I love drugstore products. I have lots of them, but as far as lotions, I guess I need something else. Whatever those drugstore brands have in them, it just does not working for me. Another thing I no longer buy, the Amazon, and I shouldn't say just Amazon, because there's a lot of places that have this similar kind of thing, but it's the very inexpensively, cheaply made, like obviously very cheaply made items that I do find on Amazon quite a bit. I'm not gonna buy those anymore. And it's not that I don't like to buy things on Amazon, or it's not that I'm not gonna buy anything that's, inexpensive or something like that. And when I do, let me tell you, I'm like, let me do a video about this, because I found some amazing things on Amazon that look amazing. But there's a lot of things out there that are just, like, maybe it's only $20, but it doesn't look like it's gonna hold up. And in my experience, it doesn't hold up. It just kind of looks cheap. I just don't think it's gonna last. There's no sense in me buying it, wearing it a couple times, and then it just looking funky after I wash it once, and then throwing it away or something. Like, I don't feel like that helps anyone. And now, it's not just inexpensive things. There's a lot of expensive items that I'm like, I just don't think that's worth the money or anything like that. I don't want to spend my money on anything I feel like is going to fall apart, as I'm sure you don't either. Whereas in the past, in my former self, it would be like, oh, I need this top for Saturday, and then I would buy it, not thinking about the future of it and if I'm gonna like it on Sunday and want to wear it more than once. This item, every person on the face of the planet loves this item and wears it, and I just don't. Please comment below also if you also don't and you're like, well, what is it, Anna? It's scarves. I just don't do scarves. I don't like them. I love them on other people. They look great. They are super functional. How functional is it? And I live in northern Florida. It's very functional to have a scarf and a sweater or something, and then you take off the scarf and you go inside. Super functional. It makes so much sense. But I don't like them on myself. I just start like pulling on it. It just gets really uncomfortable. It just, unless it's 30 degrees and I really need something like blocking the wind and you know, I'm in the Northeast or something like that, I just don't really want a scarf. I do have one scarf. I have one gray scarf and I only have it for whenever I do travel to really cold places and I will need a scarf and it's like 30 degrees, then I will use that one scarf, but I don't need any more than that. Cheaply made shoes. Now, cheap shoes, love it. Cheaply made shoes, I can't do it. I cannot do that to myself anymore. My feet are already pretty busted. I mean, I walked all over New York City for 5 years in some sort of heel, like an idiot, and it ruined my feet in a lot of ways. And so, it's important to me to have shoes that really feel good. And I do have shoes that feel good for about 2 hours and then they don't, which is fine. I just know when I'm gonna wear those. But I can't put myself in shoes that don't feel good anymore just because they're cheap. I kind of want to do a video on my shoe collection. It sounds very like my shoe collection, but if anybody's interested in that, they all have a purpose and they feel good. And I really like my collection of shoes at this point in my life. So maybe I'll do that sometime if y'all are interested. Not a whole bunch of 4-inch heels in there, I can tell you that. There's like one. Actually, no, it's like a 3-inch heel. Light pastels. I love light pastels, especially the butter yellow that's a big trend this fall and been a big trend. I think it's so beautiful. It's so lovely, but it looks like garbage on me. It just looks like garbage. And I think I always knew that, but whenever I actually got my colors done, as I said in this video, it was like verification that yes, these light colors do in fact don't look the best on me. I do still have a pastel blue top that I love, and I'm not gonna get rid of it. I love it, I do still wear it, but I did have to get rid of my pastel yellow top because it didn't do me any favors. And I think I wore it for a video like a year ago or so, and somebody was like, that pastel yellow does not look good on you. And whoever you were right. That was a long time ago. But, you know, as far as eliminating things go to help you really get your style in order, I have loved being able to eliminate a whole bunch of colors that just don't work for me. I'm very much in the mindset you should wear whatever you want, but there's just so many things out there, and I can go to a store and I'll be like, wow, I love all of this. And so to be able to eliminate half of it and say, okay, well, let me just look at these things, this section has just been really nice for my brain. I get overwhelmed, as I said in this video, and it's been really nice. This is a weird one, but I'm not gonna buy crappy sweatshirts anymore. So this is one of those things, I feel like in people's list of like things you should get rid of are these, you know, your old sweatshirts, and I do feel that way as well if they're just old, nasty, you don't like them. But I've really gotten into an elevated sweatshirt, as I've mentioned in a couple of videos, because it just works in my life. If I've got my toddler with me all day and it's cold outside, an elevated sweatshirt is where I live. And plus there's some really cute sweatshirts out there that I feel like I can make them look kind of cute. So I don't really buy into the get the cheapest sweatshirt you could possibly find kind of deal. I like elevated sweatshirts. I'm doing this because I don't know what to call them. They're just sweatshirts that look a little nicer than what you would go, you know, wash your car in. Although I've definitely washed my car in elevated sweatshirts, just so you know. This should come as no shock, but I don't buy any more items that I do not absolutely love. So I did this video right here on some items that I had ordered when I was shopping or I'd seen, whatever, that they came in and I just feel like they look kind of cheap, or there's just something about them that just was not feeling on myself. And some people have some really great suggestions on, you know, what to do to make them look better. But if I already am not feeling it and then I got to go get it tailored or get it cut up or something like that, I'm like, no, I'm not keeping that. It goes back to the store. Someone else who looks way different in it than I look in it will get it and love it, and it'll have a nice, happy home. It does not belong in my life. Because as we all know, there's so many clothes out there, just so many. And if I'm going to bring a new piece into my wardrobe that I love right now, and it's gonna come in and mix with all my other little clothing children, it needs to be it needs to belong to the family, you know? It needs to be able to mesh well with all the others, my clothing children. Plus, if I have to wear super high heels, or it's hard to sit down, or I feel like I'm gonna fall out of it, or just something where I feel like I'm gonna be really uncomfortable wearing it, I'm not going to buy that. Now, I guess there would be an exception if I do have an event and I really wanna like look good and I find a dress, but even then, I've had a couple of those, and the dresses probably look very uncomfortable, but they were very comfortable. I never even thought about what I was wearing when I was wearing it. I have one that was super low V. I did do a little double-sided tape when I was in Miami for our 10-year anniversary. But other than that, it's very comfortable. I didn't feel like I couldn't move around in it and everything. So I guess, again, there's just so many clothes out there, you know, why settle for one that is not everything you want it to be? So I hope you like this video. Let me know what things you are just not buying. You have given up buying. You're not doing it no matter who does it or loves it. I would love to know. Leave your comments here. Check out the All Saints sale they're having. I'll leave my links in the description box below, and I will see you next time.